Hello everyone, welcome to Onyx Earth Tarot. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. So we are back with another pick a card reading. It is timeless and it is love based. We're going to be seeing what your person tells their friends about you. We're leading with romance, but anything that comes through, any tea, whatever knowledge we need to know shows up, we'll roll with it. I'll share. I'm gonna try not to make these too long, so we will try to stick to the topic, but I want to say that this does apply to all of the connections. I know sometimes you guys get confused in the comments, and always comment and ask questions. It's fine. I'll respond or someone else will respond. It's no shame in wanting clarity. So, but it does apply to all connections, past, present, and coming. So if you don't have a person in mind, if you're completely unattached, then that means that this could be the next person that you're interested in, that's interested in you back, maybe what they're telling their friends once they encounter you, and all of the things. Okay, everyone can participate. So I'm not going to delay this any further. I'm going to hop right into the pile selection. This is the moment of the reading where I verbally describe each pile so that those of you that are visually impaired may make your selection. So pile one is, I'm gonna say like an almond cupcake, right? It is a white cupcake, not yellow at all, with white, almost whipped cream looking icing. Pile two is like a strawberry cupcake. It has pink swirly icing with like silver balls on top, like sprinkles, but thicker. And then pile three is like a chocolate coffee fudge kind of a cupcake. It has like a soft beige, maybe chocolate flavor icing with a drizzle of fudge and some coffee beans on the top. Pile four is the yellow or vanilla, whatever you want to call it, use your imagination, cupcake. It is in a blue cup and it has a white icing on top with a string of a blue strip of icing for decoration. I was going to say decorative purposes. Yeah, so that's the piles. I will give you a moment to make your selection. And if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile one. So let's see what they tell their friends about you. I'm gonna get a good shuffle and then we'll get right into it. I will say this person is either maybe a masculine, very direct, very clear, or they are speaking to someone with this energy potentially. Could be a father figure. Those would be the air signs. Just because that came out immediately. Okay, quick. Nine of Swords. Okay, so that's why that energy came through. So again, if this isn't your person that I saw in that King of Swords, this may be someone that they are asking for advice, or they're talking. I don't know what the stage of your connection is. Again, this could be very early stages, like crush and advice on how to pursue you, or it could be just early stages, how to actually date you, just dating advice, or if you're in a full-blown relationship having issues, because this is the Nine of Swords. This is up at night, can't sleep, can't think, constantly thinking about somebody, constantly thinking about issues and nervousness and just anxiety overall. That's what I'm getting here. So this person's very, very anxious, whether it's about interacting with you on a romantic level or like a fear or something that went wrong. But that's kind of the topic that they're talking to. I will say someone specific about if that King of Swords energy is not the person that you're asking about. Okay, and I say that King of Swords is air signs. That would be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And it doesn't have to be this person's placement, could just be how they present themselves. This is someone that would be either very talkative and clear, or someone that is more stoic. It could be either of those personality types. But this Nine of Swords talks about a lot of things that are heavily weighing on someone's mind, that they would either be talking to someone like kind of word vomit, or someone that is kind of holding it all in. And if not, it could be just like speaking to one specific person. It's a variety of scenarios. It just depends on your circumstances. So let me get more cards. Tell me more about my pile one. What is the white cupcake telling the almond cupcake, I'm gonna call it? Use your imagination for whatever flavor you want it to be telling their friends. This is a maturing energy, and I'll take all three. yeah, what happened? I don't know what happened. So whatever happened, it was not good, because we have the Nine of Swords here leading into the Ten of Swords. It's almost kind of like dead in the water energy. So this person's kind of telling their friends like it is what it is. It's dead in the water. It's over with. Whether it was mutual or one-sided. However, if this is a crush, this is someone that just genuinely believes that they have no shot at all with you, whether it is because of how you perceive them or if you just made it very clear that you're not interested or not interested any longer. I don't know what the, again, specifics are regarding your connection, but this is just someone that is like completely overwhelmed, and just feeling like it's just over, because Ten of Swords is like stabbed 10 times down on the ground traditionally, and it's like it could be some things associated with like major losses, major traumas, major betrayals, all of the things. But this is just kind of this person's energy and the things that they're discussing. Now, those of you where it's brand new, where it's not even, there's no space for any of this to have existed. You're like, what's happening? This could just be this person's anxiety, especially if they have a history with that level of trauma. Like this person may have issues with intimacy. They may just have a deep fear of commitment. They may just be deeply worried about things happening, because this is like a wheel, like a cycle, things happening again the way that they have historically for them, because this feels like someone that does not have positive memories when it comes to like love and romance. Okay, and then you have this Nine of Wands, right? So Nine of Wands is kind of a pause right before powering through, right before becoming overwhelmed. So it's like this person gets anxious and then they pause, they get anxious again, and then they pause some more. And this is also kind of like some what now energy. So it's like whatever destruction this person perceives as having happened, or missed chances or missed shots, or just whatever, like some of these people that you're asking about Pawan, they feel like they have like major baggage that they would bring in. So it's like what now, because of the trauma, right? Like they don't want to bring trauma into a new connection, and they're trying to figure out how to go about it. And then you have this Two of Swords. So I feel like this is my pile of, I don't want to say no contact, because that's not, it could be some of you maybe, but the dominant energy here is a little bit of distance, a little bit of detachment. And I don't mean necessarily physical distance. I mean like a little bit of space. Like maybe this person's withdrawn a little bit. They're not engaging you as much, especially if you're dating. Like maybe if you're dating this person, what happened is you went on some dates, you were talking a lot, and then when this person realized they were really interested in you, maybe they pull back their energy a little bit to kind of assess and figure out what's going on. They are consulting with someone. Again, if they're not that King of Swords, it would be a King of Swords like figure. Could be a parent, could be just like a mentor, someone that's older, more mature, that can kind of advise them on what to do. Could genuinely even be a therapist, because this feels like someone that needs some type of counseling, if I'm being honest. So I'm definitely seeing that. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. So it's feeling like this whole the energy, I was gonna say collective energy, this whole energy combined feels like someone that does not know what to do. Okay, it feels like someone that has no idea what to do, how to proceed, because Two of Swords is a decision that needs to be made, like it's an action that needs to be taken, but like someone's like traditionally blindfolded, not knowing what to do. Okay, some of you, this person is just not in a space for the romance. It's not even like, I say that because just these cards, it doesn't seem like fun for them. Okay, like the Scissors could be kind of an ending, right? Because there are endings. If there wasn't already an ending, kind of finalizing an ending, why this person kind of works on themselves and just figure things out, because this is really intense. I'm not gonna lie, it makes me extremely uncomfortable as a reader to step into this energy, because it's very dark. I'm not gonna lie, right? You have the butterfly of transformation and whatnot. Like this person is just spiraling within their own thoughts in their head. Like they kind of need space to figure out what it is within them they need to do. But yeah, I mean, lots of talking, but all of the talking is about like their issues and their trauma, and or things that may have happened between the two of you that could be traumatic if this is that type of a connection. And just not knowing what to do, right? The Nine of Wands is what now. Two of Swords is kind of what now energy as well, because it's like not knowing what decision to make, what path to take. So let's see what's at the bottom, and then I'll pull from a couple of other cards. I'm telling you, like, I'm not laughing because it's good. I'm laughing because it's chaotic and like, this is not a positive pile. I'm not gonna lie. Just because the things that this, like, I'm gonna be honest with you. If this person, some of you, this person's not even saying anything positive about you because of the Five of Swords here. It talks about kind of cutting off your nose to spite your face. It's kind of a backstabby betrayal energy. So I don't know who you're asking about, pile one, but it's an energy of like just feeling overwhelmed, not knowing what to do, what now energy, following the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Swords, the Five of Swords, someone ruminating in their mind about things that have happened, traumas that they're attached to, and whatnot. Okay, so I don't know if you did something or they did something, but I'm not even gonna lie. A lot of you, this feels like kind of irreparable energy. So what could be happening in the sense where this is brand new? It feels like a connection that this person has historically, or you have historically, and that trauma kind of being brought into the current connection. And by doing that, it's kind of hindering the connection. Like, this person may be talking about how their trauma and or yours is negatively impacting your ability to develop the connection. Okay. And that's what I'm getting for those of you where there's no history. If there is history, obviously you know the history. That's why you're asking. They're talking about all of the things that have occurred and all of those situations that kind of led to where you two are now. Okay, so let me. Oh, in a lot of senses, this person may not necessarily be speaking about it with the Nine of Swords or the Two of Swords. They may very well just be ruminating on it. Okay, because nines are very solo energy. Nine of Swords, Nine of Wands are kind of to yourself. It feels like a hermit mode energy, as well as the Two of Swords is a not action, could be a not communication. So some of you hear this person's not even talking, they're reflecting. Okay, they may have isolated. I feel like some of the people in this group have actually isolated from their friends. All right, I don't know where this energy is coming from, y'all. What's going on? Let's see. Fire. Okay, you've got confidence, optimism, passion, and bravery. So the fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So I feel that this person is kind of in a bit of a transmutation. You have this butterfly, you have this heart that is on fire. This person maybe I think what happened for those of you where this is a new connection, right, is and honestly, regardless of the situation, some of you, what happened in whatever setting, past history, whether with you or someone else, now it's being triggered and it's processing and surfacing for healing, right? The Ten of Swords is kind of energy that kind of, I mean, again, it's face down on the ground energy, right? And this fire is like, it's lighting a flame so that you can kind of see the darkness of the Nine of Swords mentally. So I just feel like some of you, this person's kind of processing old trauma, whether related to the connection or not. And they're kind of talking about that. And the reason why it's what they tell their friends about you is this trauma, this dark side of them, whether it's associated with love, romance, or just their own inner demons, they're thinking about how that may affect you and affect the connection and their ability to proceed with you, right? So let me pull one more from this deck. I'll take the bottom. I've got two more decks. I actually have that's a lot of energy. There is some Scorpio energy. Person may have moon in Scorpio, cardinal, mutable. It's a lot of energy, but I only want one more. But I did, you know what, this is kind of some energy that is Scorpio like. I could see that. Person may have Scorpio placements, maturing energy of air. So open-mindedness, objectivity, and learning. So this person could be very well, much so an air placement, just because we do have, actually, of the tarot cards, all but one is actually like air energy. So you have fire and air. So here you go, your confirmation for those of you, this person has fire and or air placements. Again, fire is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Air is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So any of those signs or combination of those placements on this person's chart. But this person's kind of starting to see themselves for who they truly are. They're starting to kind of reflect on their past, their history, again, inner demons, all of the things within themselves. And when they talk about this with their friends, again, they talk about it from a perspective of, like, let's see where it goes with Power One. How does this impact my ability to be with Power One, right? My issues with intimacy, issues with commitment. Like, these are the things that this is very serious energy. I feel like that King of Swords, this person may very well be speaking to a counselor or a therapist, right? Or a psychologist, psychiatrist, a mentor, just someone that they deeply trust, because the conversations are so deeply personal, right? Because this person's talking about inner demons. They're talking about anything deeply personal that's transpired between the two of you. So they're not saying it to just anyone, right? Like, they're saying it to someone that is either legally binded to not say it, or just someone that they know is not going to take it anywhere. Okay. I could see why you would, especially if this is like that trauma trail, deep, heavy pile, you would want to see, you're picking this pile to see, okay, let me see what they're saying. But it feels like this person's kind of wounded. And then you have South Node. Yeah, that's history. So it says destined to release. This person's releasing a lot of trauma, a lot of baggage. Honestly, some of you, because of this destined to release in the South Node, this person's talking about kind of just releasing the connection, depending on the history. So like if it's a heavy history, releasing the history of it, releasing and kind of moving forward with a fresh slate. Others of you, if it's brand new, you're triggering past trauma within this person, and so they're thinking about how to clear that so that they can proceed with you. You get what I'm saying? There's always a polarity of those of you where it's like, okay, it's irreparable damage to a connection, to a bond that needs to be let go. And then, okay, I have all of this baggage from my past that I need to clear so that, you know, I don't create irreparable damage to a connection. That's what I'm getting from this person, right? But destined to release, that is South Node. So comfort zones. This is the conversations surrounding comfort zones. So for example, I did mention earlier that this person has very independent energy with probably loner energy, at least at this point, with the 2 9s. This is someone that may be set in their ways, their routine, not knowing how to co-inhabit with a partner, right? So those are the types of things they're talking about with their friends or whatever professional they're speaking to. Okay, I wasn't expecting this very loaded energy, but it is the white cupcake, so it could be an energy of purity. Like this person may be kind of seeking purity, redemption, whatever it is, for whatever past karma, whatever they've got going on, whether we're talking past lives or just past behaviors or just past connections that, you know what I mean, that they've never let go of, that's affecting them now, all of those things. But like I said, South Node is your comfort zone and where you're familiar, and the North Node is where we're challenged to grow and evolve in this life. And this person is kind of learning those traits. Okay, who are they, where they want to go, where they want to be, who they want to be, right, in this life. Like it's much deeper than you with this connection that they're talking about. So yeah, okay, so I could see here you've got manic love, and it says where is it, this will be a deep and intense love that could trigger possessive behavior and make you act out of character. Okay, give me 1 second. So Power One, I will say this person feels like someone that is clearing a lot of history, whether it is within the connection, whether it is their personal history, whether it is past life history. Okay, honestly, regardless of your beliefs, this person's beliefs, just looking at this feels like someone that is actively clearing past life trauma, just because this is much deeper than whatever is happening between the two of you did, especially if we're talking about like something brand new, right? Like this is way too heavy to be brand new energy, right? You're like, I don't even know this person. Well, this person's like something about you got them a little spooked, right? Like you freaked them out a little bit because something about you and being attracted to you kind of triggered something. Some of you, I'm not gonna lie, I could see where something about you and your energy reminds them a lot of someone that may have deeply traumatized them. I could see that in some instances as well, because it feels like someone that is very, very much so triggered. I mean, we do have that word on the table, and I don't mean just possessive energy, jealous energy, however they interact or have interacted with you, if this isn't a connection or was at one point. I mean, this person is, I don't know, it's a very overwhelmed energy. Like it's a lot for me as a reader. So I'm going to take the bottom, and then I'm going to pull from Melanin Pop. You do have online connections. Someone online will spark your interest. Just be sure to check if they are who they claim to be. Now, this could very well be how you two met. This is your confirmation. This could also be this person watching you, possibly obsessing over you online, like your profiles and all of the things, like watching your interactions with people and overreacting to them. Like, because this is kind of an energy I'm getting from some of you in this pile, that this person's doing that. But I feel like some of these people feel like the way they feel for you, or this connection, is kind of making them crazy. And I don't say that in a frivolous way. Like they think that in some sense. Like they've actually possibly told someone that in a sense. Okay. So that's kind of what they're saying or thinking in that sense. It's a very, very heavy pile. Let me pull this last one and close it out. I'll pull 3 from this. Okay, I've gotten 2, and then let me see. Okay, we've got powerful man, strong entrepreneur, boss, leader, mature, empowerment. Now I did get a King of Swords energy, which could align with this, and it makes sense because I feel that this may be a masculine you're asking about, right? Because it came through prominently at first. And we do have birth, pregnancy, new projects, children, new love. Okay, so some of you, especially with this 9 of Swords energy and whatnot, something regarding, it could be a family or pregnancy, because this is an overwhelming energy, and I could see that. So those of you where it's not necessarily deep trauma, I still see a deep trauma for a lot of you. Some of you, this is a person that is stressed out over when they'll start a family, how they'll start a family, whether or not they want a family. And this energy here coming through, I don't know that if you're in a committed connection, because this would make sense if this person's in counseling or therapy or something. If you're an established connection, or even if not, and you're expecting, it's triggered this person. Okay, specifically if we're talking about a masculine, like this person's very much so triggered about how that will impact the connection, their life, their future, and where they're headed. Okay. Some of you, this person's talking about the fact that this connection is the impact that just their progression in their life and career will have on this connection. I say that because we've got powerful man in birth. And I mentioned, like, obviously the literal sense was this, obviously birth of a child, but projects, right? Like they're worried about what their future in work, business, all of that could have on this connection. Also new love. So especially when we talk about new connections, things being irreparable and moving on, like how that will impact you, how that will impact them, seeing each other move on. Like those are the types of things that this person's talking about. Okay. And then we've got I want you back. Regrets, missing you, sadness, sleepless nights. Got it. I said I wanted 3, but then 2 came out and they fit perfectly. So I'm not going to force the cards here. It's just very interesting to me that came out like that. So this is a very heavy energy. So whatever self-sabotage, chaotic energy, betrayal, like some of you could be dealing with a pregnancy. It could be dealing with a behavior throughout a pregnancy. It could be a reaction to a pregnancy. Like I'm using that. It could be a reaction to a job. It could be a reaction to something new, an opportunity, or just something different, or a difference in perspective, just however this person reacted, or you reacted to whatever that difference, that change, that shift, transformation was. It's a lot, right? It's a lot. And that's kind of the conversations that I'm seeing. Some of you, if this energy is you, like this jealous, possessive, possibly obsessive energy is you, they may be talking about that. Okay, but there are a lot of sleepless nights with this person because it is on the I want you back card, right? We've got I want you back, right? Missing you, sadness, sleepless nights, regret. So there's a regret. We even have rebound here. Would you accept? Ooh, all the cards are coming out. Sadness. So like those are the things this person's talking about. All right. It's very sad energy. So I hope that this heals and clears for you, for them, just because ooh, that's a lot. So I'm gonna pull from this last love-based oracle deck, and I'll get one and close it out for you. Tell me my last message for my pile one. What's this person saying about my pile one to their friends? Well, this person, if they're not talking to their friends and they're thinking about this, they're going to talk to their friends at some point. You have release your ex in reverse. It says the time has come to clear your energy. There's a blockage, a blockage. So some of you, this person is not, because we're asking about you specifically, this person is not interested in moving on. Hence the stuff, because also powerful man leading into birth could be new love. Doesn't have to be a new person. It could truly be trying to reignite it but not knowing how to go about it. That's kind of what I'm getting. And if we're talking about the jealous, possessive energy, dead in the water energy, but still someone clinging, like this person could still be clinging, or having hope. We have a not releasing of an ex's energy here, and then we have let your friends help you. Okay. So it says ask for and accept support from others. Now, this person may be reaching out to friends for support through the transition of whatever ending this is, or whatever healing they're doing, whatever they're processing, and all of the stuff to help them do this. Or it could be, again, us asking the friends and assistance on how to move forward, right? Because there is a I want you back kind of an energy vibe here. All right. So that is all I have for you today, pile one. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile two, my strawberry cupcake. So let's see what your person's telling their friends about you. Let me see. If I need to refer to the person you're asking about, I am going to try to call them the cupcake since you selected it. So I'll be like Pink Cupcake said, and I don't know why I'm spelling it out for you right now, but I just felt like I should. So let me see. Tell me about my strawberry cupcake. Tell me what strawberry cupcake is saying about my pile twos to their friends. And that's it. All three in one go. They're just laying it out on their friends. They're laying it out. They're saying all of it. I'm going to take the bottom in a second. But like everything that they have to say about you, they're just throwing it at the friends. The friends just stood no chance. They know when they see Pink Cupcake, that Pink Cupcake is going to start talking about pile two. It is what it is. So we've got Four of Pentacles. There's a clingy energy, whether that's them describing you or them, right? Because I did mention they're laying it all out, right? Or that could be with how they're describing you. It's always a polarity, whether it's you, whether it's them, you have to find where you fit in the pile. But very stable energy. They're saying, they're definitely telling their friends they don't think you're gonna go anywhere. You're kind of someone that's gonna stick around for better, for worse, and that you've kind of got them by the shirt here, right? Hanging, like kind of got them I don't say under your spell, but like you've captured them, right? That's what they're telling their friends. Some of you may have a controlling energy and they may be saying that, so just watch it, especially since that is a bride. Like if you're a feminine energy, they're kind of like, some of you, they may be trying to say that like you're rushing them for marriage. I don't know why that's coming through so aggressively, but it is. And in the more lighter sense, some of them are telling their friends that they see marriage with you, that you kind of like selected them, and that they know they're not going anywhere because like you're kind of everything they want in stability with the Four of Pentacles, right? Because that's stable, that's a grounded energy in a lighter sense. But again, in a shadow sense, it is a fixated, clingy energy. So like I said, find yourself where you fit in this pile, because I always get these polarizing energies. I mean, if you're honest with yourself, you know where you fall. It's just interesting that it came out immediately, right? But again, the cards did fall immediately. So Four of Pentacles, we've got the Five of Pentacles. We're talking about steps. There's talking about taking steps with you. So something about steps, either steps towards, steps away. Now we've got, because the Five of Pentacles talks about loss, a lacking energy, like not having what you need. I'm not gonna lie, some of you, this person has, I don't know what the history is. I don't know the stage of the connection. I do read past, present, incoming energies. So if this is a person you are dating, have dated, have a history with of any way, they could be saying that being with you kind of caused a lack in their life of some form, just because we went from stable to missing. All right, or that they did that to you. Okay, could be either or. But I'm also feeling like with this Ace of Cups, some very honest piles today. I don't know if it's because we're about to step into the fall season, but the energy is very honest. It's not a negative energy, it's just clear, right? So we've got Four of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Ace of Cups. Some of you, because of the lacking energy, they're either looking for a fresh start with you, or they're looking for a fresh start somewhere else. I may be able to develop that, but that's for those of you in connections or with a history where we're talking about the brand news, because I love to read the brand new, because I like the incoming energy, right? Because I like to say, kind of predict the energies, if I'm being honest, because then you can come back and tell me that I hit it. Like, it's fine when you tell me I hit it and I read past energy, but if I told you something in advance that you could be prepared for or shift, I feel like that's more useful, right? So my brand new couples or incoming energies here, I do see where this person feels like they thought they were stable, but something was missing, and then they met you. And then it clicked, okay? That they had been missing, right? Like something was missing. Okay, that's really sweet. So at the bottom, we do have the Four of Cups. Now, I'm not gonna lie, that is a detached, dissatisfied energy. Now, it does still align with the two polarities that I did see here. So we talk about the energy of where this person from a shadow sense is feeling a deep lack from being with you or from engaging you, or they thought it would be one way and then it ended up being another way. Or we're talking about where you rejected them, they're telling their friends that, or they rejected you, they're telling their friends that. Like, it could be all of the things depending on where you fall. But where we're talking about it, this person was feeling stable, then they felt a lack from being with you, they're realizing that, and they're telling their friends they're detaching. That's the shadow side, where you know it's kind of fading and you want to know what they're saying as that's happening. Now, those of you on the lighter side, again, this person felt like something was missing. Lie. This person realized that they weren't as stable as they thought they were when they met you, right? And now they're realizing that. And so there's this discontentment there with either where they are in life, or where they realized they were complacent in that Four of Cups energy, but this cup that was offered sparked. I hope I'm describing that appropriately. Like, I don't know. I feel like, and then this is crooked and I didn't even realize. I feel like some of you, this person talks without really realizing what they're saying or how they're saying or what they even mean. Let me know if I'm describing this person appropriately, if you know them well enough. But like, this person's not the best communicator, I'm not gonna lie. So I feel like, because even this cup is out in the rain, like something about a cup that either wasn't accepted or was accepted with regret. So something about this person regrets accepting a cup or regrets not accepting a cup, something like that, okay? In some senses, okay? And that's that shadow side. Now on the lighter side, it's like this person sees where they had been discontent this whole time, and they didn't know why they were discontent, and then they kind of like caught feelings, fell in love, just started liking you, depending on the stage of the connection. So let me pull from this astrology, this oracle deck, and get some more information. Tell me more about my pile two. What is this person telling their friends? Some of you, if this is a crush that has not approached you yet, they're telling their friends, like they're asking their friends how to not get shot down. Straight up. They're like, how do I get pile two to say yes? Like, how do I make sure that pile two does not tell me to get lost, right? Because that is the energy, right? Like feeling stable and secure, feeling insecure, and you have this cup and you're offering this cup and it's like, please take the cup, okay? Like that's kind of the energy, okay? You have house one, individuality, self-image, and approach to life. So again, how to approach you. For my brand new, this person's really trying to figure out how to approach you, okay? And if they did already and you said no, then it is what it is. Or if, you know what I mean? House one. This is Aries energy, by the way. This is Aries energy. It's ruled by Mars, which is like the god of war. So it could be you may not be necessarily approachable, or this person may not see you as approachable, and they're talking to their friends like, is Pao2 really like that, or is it just with me, right? And then this person's they may feel like you would be mean to them if they were to talk to you or interact with you. This is my brand new specifically. Those of you with a history, if this is the case, then let me know why that energy is that way. But I'm also getting an energy of I, me, like identity. Ooh, okay. So you know what? I'm not even gonna lie. In the shadow sense, some of you, this person is saying, and it does bounce off of this Four of Pentacles, 5, right? Like being stable and then coming to a lock. Some of this person saying that you are kind of selfish and self-absorbed and like always worried about yourself and how you look. Y'all better stop coming here asking about your exes. Let me find out some energy. Give me, tell me what their person's telling their friends about them. Capricorn, ambition, realism, methodical steps. We do have steps, 4 and 5. There's steps. It's persons talking about some sort of steps, whether we're talking about next steps, right? It could be next steps. Like, what are the next steps? The next steps with this person, all of you here, this person's going to decide how to proceed with the connection, whether they actually approach you, whether they proceed, move forward, whether, you know, you take those next steps of commitment and grounding, whether that you move on. Like, that's kind of the conversations they're having with their friends. They're talking about how it works, because Capricorn energy is all about work. It's Saturn. It bonds. So it's kind of one of those planets that rules like marriage and all of the things. Like, how stable is the connection? You know what I mean? Is it worth giving up a personal identity for? That's kind of the energy that this person's talking to their friends about. It's a very serious tone. I'm not even gonna lie, even in a lighter sense, because something about your energy, you may have Capricorn or Aries placements, is very, very serious. So, and normally I say this person may have those placements, they could very well, but I just feel like this is the energy you're giving off to this person. Something about them, they don't feel like they have enough. Okay, like they don't feel like they have enough for you. Okay, so that's why I'm not saying they're talking negatively about you. If anything, it feels like they may be, some of you, they are talking negatively about you, depending on the history and the things, but it feels more like they're negatively talking about themselves with that 4 cups, like, I don't have enough, right? I don't know what that is all about or why. You know, it could be career based. You may have a better career than them, or you may expect a lot of theirs, but it just feels like some of you, with the house one, this person feels like in instances where they are not lacking, because this is a collective message. It's a lot of you, like all of you are not dealing with someone that may be have less than you, right? If this person has more than you, they feel like they would have to be the breadwinner, and they're not really trying to do that. They feel like they could do that on their own. They don't want to have to support, right? Because Capricorn is also a supportive burden energy. They don't want the burden. Okay. Some of you, if this person is talking, it could be because you rejected them, or because like they see something. I don't know what they see. All right. Let me see. Air. We've got air energy on the table. Open-mindedness, objectivity, and learning stages, development. So some of you, this person's talking about how either they're still learning, you're still learning, and when I say learning, I in the sense of like relationships and growing, and kind of not being at the point of the level of seriousness that either they feel pressure to be at, or that you're feeling pressure to be at. Like, it's something about steps, whether somebody's trying to skip steps or someone's trying to take steps. It's something about steps, okay? Because we do have steps. We have steps, and we've got 4 and 5 here. All right. I will say that this person is telling their friends that you're very smart and ambitious. Okay. some sense. It could be good and bad. Like they say you're ambitious in some ways that are very, very good, and ambitious in other ways. Like you're kind of one of those I don't take no for an answer kind of individuals, and that's what they're telling their friends. Let's see. Some of you, this person's telling their friends that you're healing from some sort of a loss or heartbreak or whatever from the past, and that they're building with you step by step through that so that it doesn't negatively impact the connection that you're in. All right. And then let's pull from this other deck. Let's pull from this love-based oracle deck. Okay, so far we've got on the table, we've got Aries, we've got Capricorn, and we have air signs. That's Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So give me a card. Tell me what pile two's person is saying about them. What is the pink cupcake saying about pile two? Some of you, this person is saying that they are going to reject you, leave you alone, or whatever because financial reasons. Okay? Or career reasons with Capricorn here. Especially if there's issues with communication, because air rules communication, right? It's a lot of communication, issues with communication here. Let's see. I mean, those of you who are clicking on this version of the reading, you are really wanting and needing the answers apparently, because it's not the vibe I was getting originally. All right. I think I'll pull one more. Give me a second. So you do have, you've got pregnancy. A new love is entering your life with whom you may have a child with. All of the commitment phobes are here. Okay, whether it's you or this person. So again, next steps, whether it's having a child, starting a family, all of the things, those are the things this person's talking about with their friends, for better, for worse. Okay, and then you even have the unspoken love, which you or your partner may prefer not to profess your love right away. It could be out of fear or projection. We do have fear of rejection here, energy, and we do have because yeah, we've got fear of rejection twice, but we also got commitment. So someone is afraid of commitment, fear of rejection. Some of you, this person's, not to spoil the surprise, planning to propose, but they're worried you're gonna say no because you two aren't necessarily there yet as a couple. That's what they're saying, just because of this energy. Like you haven't talked about that next step yet. You haven't talked about those next stages, and they're wondering where your head is in terms of like, are you ready to move in, start a family, have a kid, right? Some of you, this unspoken love is not having those conversations, or maybe either you had those conversations or someone's avoiding the conversations, right? Because Four of Cups is also avoidant energy of, career and how it affects the connection, location, how it affects the connection, whether or not you want children, how that affects the connection, right? Because once you reach a certain age and you start planning those things, it's like, okay, well, your partner has to be on the same page with that, right? And I feel like unspoken love is conversations that haven't been had about those next steps. That's what they're telling their friends. That's why it's so serious. This isn't as dark as it was. Some of you it is, but like I'm getting an energy of, okay, there's a lot of conversations that need to be had if this is going to go further, or to progress this, right? All right, let me see what Melanin Pop has to say. Tell me what Melanin Pop has to say about my pile twos. What's my pink cupcake telling their friends about my pile twos? What's that? There's something that's being avoided here. They're talking about whether you're avoiding it, they're avoiding it, or you're mutually avoiding something. Outdated age, closed-minded. So we've got open-minded and we've got closed-minded. So you may be opposite. Someone may be very open-minded. The other may be very closed-minded. Okay? Because this is the old school card. There's a young, underdeveloped energy. Old school is a mature vibe, right? In reverse, it's a very immature, not ready energy, right? Not ready for the next steps, not ready for the commitment, not ready to go where you're going, not ready for this, right? That is what I'm getting. And it feels like someone's talking about not being ready, someone talking about you not being ready. It's a huge not ready energy, okay? And dancing around that topic. Yeah, okay? And so, yeah, and I even see here like focusing on the self and the career. vibe. Whether that's the conversation you had or are avoiding, or they had or are avoiding, that's what I get, okay? That's really what I get. And so I'm going to pull more cards from this melanin pile, probably two more. I said three, so I might end up getting three, but there's a closed-minded, like someone isn't budging somewhere on something. And it could be very well this pregnancy, children energy, okay? So let me see. Tell me more about my pile two. What is the pink cupcake saying about my pile twos, please? What's the pink cupcake saying about my friends? I say my friends. So I said, what is the pink cupcake saying about my friends? So you know what that means, right? You know this person's talking about your friends, which makes sense with this air energy. Because air rules relationships, right? Libra is relationships, contracts on paper. Gemini is just communication. And then Aquarius rules your networks and the people you interact with. So this person's talking about your friends. This person, I'm going to be honest with you, some of you, this person doesn't like your friends, or you don't like theirs, and it's not going to work because you're not compatible with the same types of people. Why is this so dark? Let me see what's coming on. This is incoming energy of commitment, right? Engagement, ring, promises, love, planning for the future. So some of you, it's not going to stop you. It's not going to stop you. Good for you. But I did mention that planning for the future. That's kind of incoming energy, those conversations, right? And it did land there. So I said that landed there. And, what's next? Some of you, it won't be good news. Some of you, it will be good. It will be good news. It may be a surprise proposal that this person's like shaking in their boots because they're like, I don't even know what pile two's gonna say because we didn't talk about it. I'm just going out on a leap of faith, which is very risky of this person. But like that's what you could have coming in for you. But I'm getting, everything that they're talking about is what's to come, for better, for worse. Like some of you, it's a very, very positive pile where this person's just like worried or nervous. Like they're like, is pile two going to accept this cup? Are they going to say no, right? Like I've been planning this, I've been saving, I've been working for a long time for this, depending on the connection. Like we already have kids. Some of you is because of a pregnancy, all of the things, right? Especially if you've already got kids, because this person's talking about the fact that you may have kids already and didn't do things the right way and they want to fix that. I could see that being a conversation. Okay? Let's see. Especially if you're in a long-term connection. Let me see. Tell me more. What's the pink cupcake saying about my pile twos? Something about being flexible and adaptive and compromising. This person does not compromise very well. Or you don't, right? Ambiguity, sexual identity, gender expression, and style. This person may not, like I said, there's something about a compromising energy, okay? And being flexible. And we have, it's complicated, platonic, perspective, and chance, just friends. So I do feel some of you, this person, if it's new, this person's not, may not engage you because they feel like you would want more than they have to offer. Like some of you, this person with Capricorn, they have like a hard, laborious job with the Five of Pentacles. Like they may not make as much as they feel you would want, right? Like they have a hard, laborious, actual physical job that like a physical building. Like I'm even like I saw specifically like bricklayings and all of that with the skulls, or rocks or like concrete, like stuff like that. And like even demolition, like this person like may build homes, like they physically build and they don't feel like that would be enough for you, or like that you wouldn't think that would be enough for you, especially if they have already got kids, right? Especially if they've already been married. Like this person doesn't think you'd be able to adapt to that energy for some reason. Because of this house one, like maybe you have your own, you're very independent. I don't know, just something about it. They don't know that, like they may not say anything, especially if this is someone that you're friends with. They're going to keep it to themselves for that reason. And so and because I wanted to make sure I touched on my brand new, I love predicting this energy, but and also in some senses they feel like you you would reject them for that reason, so they won't engage. Others of you, they feel like they're not going to engage you, not because you would reject them, but because they feel you would drain them dry. Okay? You would drain them dry and possibly even leave them because you're like a free spirit or something like that. And it could be them, right? Some of you, they're not going to engage you because they are the free spirit and they feel like you're trying to tie them down, and that's not what they want right now. Okay? And then those of you where we're talking about mature connections, this is the make it or break it mode. They're talking about it is what it is at this point. You're either gonna be together or you're not. Okay? But if there are children, being cordial and co-parenting effectively and being flexible enough to do so without the drama. Okay? So that is all I have. Oh, no. I'm going to pull like I pulled for pile 1. Give me one more card for how my pink cupcake is discussing my pile 2s. Okay, I'll take both. At the bottom, you have let go of control issues, allow the situation to unfold naturally. They think you're either they're controlling or they think you're controlling. I mean, it was the very first card, right? Especially with the bride energy. Okay, especially if there's a pressure for marriage, separation. The time apart from your partner is on the horizon. Past life relationship, you have known each other before. So I'm not gonna lie, both of these together and let go of control issues feels like this is my pile of letting it go completely, which I'm not. What's going on with y'all? Like, I know we got like a lot of retrogrades and everything, but like, this is like I think this is my first reading where I got like a very clear dominant energy of it might be let go. Now, that said, don't freak out if you're in this pile just because I said like this may be the separating pile. That's not it at all. Some of you, they're going to let go of past habits, past baggage, or you will, or both, and then you'll be able to proceed as a couple. Others of you, it's not a letting it go and ending. It's an ending of technically being like single or casual dating. It's being more committed, right? Because you do have commitment. So some of you, this is an end of an era, right? Where this person wants to commit deeper to you. Like they want to get married, they want to get engaged, they want to have kids, right? Especially if you haven't been going about it in a traditional sense, they want to change that around and begin to proceed to court you traditionally or be courted traditionally. Okay? So it just depends on where you fall. But letting go of control issues and just kind of rolling with it seems to be the energy. Okay? So that is all I have for you today, pile 2. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in a know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile 3. So those of you that selected my coffee cupcake, which is very interesting, called Cupcake, this is your reading. So let's see what your person's telling their friends about you. Now, just for clarity purposes, I'm going to lead with I'm going to refer to the person you're asking about as the coffee cupcake, and I'll be calling you pile 3. And then as always, this applies to past, present, incoming connections, so everybody can participate. So just kind of think of this maybe something like this could be your next person, what they're saying. I'm not gonna lie, the first 2 piles did not have that dominant energy because I don't know what y'all got going on, but we'll see. We've got fresh energy. We've cleansed the table, cleansed the table, and reset all of the decks. So let's see, my coffee cupcake, what are you saying about my pile 3 to your friends? 5 of Swords. Well, some of you, this person thinks that and this is the new energy coming in. This person feels like you would, like, I don't know why, get over on them in some way. All right, like that seems to be, I don't know what's so chaotic. They feel like you would get over on them in some way. They feel like you might betray them. They feel like you might be the type of person that self-sabotages. So I don't know what you've been talking about or what you do in front of this person, but that's kind of the energy. And honestly, it doesn't even have to be you. It could truly be this person projecting, because some of you, this person's worried that they're going to do those things. Like, not necessarily in a sense that they can't control themselves, but like they feel like they might like put their foot in their mouth when they're talking to you. They may like mess up and say the wrong thing when engaging you. Like that's kind of the energy that I'm getting. Well, let's see. Tell me more. I'm not even gonna lie, with this card I do get an us against the world kind of a vibe. Like I'm not gonna lie, like kind of a little bit of a Bonnie and Clyde kind of an energy. So that's an interesting vibe coming through here. What's that? So you've got the Five of Cups in reverse. So there's a clarity, right? Because the maze is confusion, right? A maze would be confusion. There's some clarity. So something is very clear to them now, or just seems very clear about you. Like they feel like they're seeing you very clearly, or you said something to them that gave them some sort of a clarity. So it could be regarding this, right? Because I'm getting two vibes now. I'm getting one where this person sees you in this energy, like they believe this is your, like you have ulterior motives of whatever towards them, and it was something you said or did that let them see, or they got the clarity that this is not the case. And the Five of Cups in reverse talks about a lack of spilled milk. So if this person feels like they self-sabotage, said something crazy or offensive to you when they tried to ask you for their number or something like that, something that happened or something that their friend said or something that you did after that, let them know that all was not lost, right? Because the Five of Cups upright isn't all is lost energy. So they thought they fumbled it, but they're realizing that they did not, okay? That's what I'm getting here. So something they said, something their friend said, okay? Let me pull one more, take the bottom, and we'll hop into those oracle decks. Tell me more about what this coffee cupcake is saying about my pile threes. It's a maturing energy. Something definitely happened. Yeah, Two of Wands. Okay, that's planning, messages, like something about plans and, you know, planning something. Could be a date, could be just communication, could be how to see you, where you're gonna be, where you're gonna be. Like, I don't know if like they just got some tea on you, but plans, something about plans, right? All is not lost because of plans. So I don't know if this is someone that you met like through mutual friends and they were like, you know, and then like Coffee Cupcake was like, man, I wish I would have like not said that crazy thing to Pile 3. They're not gonna give me their number now. And then the friends were like, nah, when I asked Pile 3 about you, they were fine. So you know what I mean? Like Pile 3 you didn't give them weird vibes. You are a weirdo, but you didn't give bad vibes or weird vibes to Pile 3. Because some of you, this is an energy they think they've given you or they're giving you. They think you're getting bad vibes from them. But like, or they thought that, and now they're realizing, like, oh, you don't have bad vibes from them. You're like, so like they're planning to say hi next time they see you or whatever. Like that's what I'm getting, especially my brand news. Those of you where you're asking about someone with a history, I don't know what you did, you said, friend said, whoever said, but this person feels like all is not lost and there are plans here, okay? Alrighty, at the bottom, we've got Two of Pentacles, balancing energy, right? So we've got two twos on the table, juggling things. So honestly, the juggling energy for me feels like, because juggling is a very busy energy. It's like I'm trying to juggle all of these things that are going on. There's a lot of chaos. There's so much. So some of you, it very well could have been a party, right? And this person said something, or they bumped you, or they knocked something over, right? Because I'm talking about my brand news now. Like, so they knocked something over. They might have like accidentally like hit you, elbowed you, or something, and they're like, oh my gosh, Pile 3's not gonna want to engage me. They think I'm violent. I don't know. Whatever the story is, it's like the friends were like, you are like ruminating on absolutely nothing. It was so busy and chaotic in that environment that Pile 3 doesn't even remember. Got it? You see where I'm going with this, Pile 3? That's the energy. And so, like, those of you that are brand new, like this person's like ruminating on something that they think they did wrong, or they thought they saw red flags in you, or that they gave off red flags or something. And like now they're realizing all is not lost, and they're like making plans on how to go about it with the juggling energy. Those of you in where there's a history, where you're familiar with this person on some level, they're looking to balance the energy, right? Planning and to balance, because all is not lost. That's what I'm getting. So this is what they're talking to the friends. This is a person that may be talking to two specific friends, I'm getting. Ironically enough, I'm very much so getting two friends, because Five of Cups, traditionally upright, is focusing on those lost three cups, where there are two behind you. In reverse, it would be you acknowledging the two cups that are of opportunity still available, right? Acknowledging, and then you got two wands, two pentacles. And so this person is probably talking to two friends about you, but there's also two options they have, or two ways of engaging you. There's two choices. They're like, okay, well, let me see. Some of you could be third party, could be two choices, right? That could be what they're talking to their friends about, but that's not for everybody. Where we're talking about this person's two choices on how to engage you. It could be as simple as, do I or do I not, right? Those of you where it's certain, because all is not lost, and this person's like, no, pile 3 does not think I'm a weirdo because of how I acted at the party. They're like, let me figure out how I'm gonna approach pile 3, and then they're like coming up with cute little plans to engage you. So let's see. Tell me more about my pile 3. What is Coffee Cupcake saying about my pile 3? Yin. Intuition, trust, patience, spirituality, receptivity. So you may be spiritual. They may be referring to you as spiritual, very receptive. Depending, I don't like to bring up gender, but like if we're talking about someone that is attracted to traditionally feminine energy, they see you as that, and they really like it. And so they are definitely, they're describing you as patient, as trustworthy, as very receptive, again, as knowing, especially if this person does have baggage or history of any kind. They're like, no, like pile 3 can see right through me. That's why they're freaking out. Like they can see everything that I've ever done wrong by looking into my eyes. Like that's the energy that I'm getting from this person. Like something about your eyes and the way you look at them, like they felt like you looked deep into their soul and saw like all of their sins or something like that. It's funny. And so like that's why they're like, oh my gosh, pile 3 would never engage me because of this. Or vice versa, you may have a very mysterious energy about you, and so looking into your eyes may be a very they may have gotten lost, and it may be kind of like especially if we're talking feminine, we could be talking about more of like a Lilith kind of an energy, like a dark feminine energy, where they feel like you might terrorize them, or they're like afraid of you or something like that. Okay, interesting. Tell me more about what that Coffee Cupcake is saying about my pile 3. Okay, and you got two. So interesting. We've got Mars, which is that aggressive, dark feminine energy. I'm not gonna lie. It is masculine energy, but I could see very active. But this person is telling their friends, they're like, okay, I feel comfortable moving forward, because you do have move forward and defend self. They say, I do feel comfortable moving forward in engaging pile 3. That said, some of you would just slip through, those of you where the history, where this is someone with baggage that you may not like. They're like, okay, I feel like when I see pile 3, they're gonna like attack me. Like they feel like you may actually attack them. So that's funny, that slipped in. But that's interesting. We've got Mercury. Letter M may be relevant. We have think, learn, network, and communicate. So yeah, this person thinks that this person's very loud. I'll give them that. Something about when they're talking, and when they're talking about you, they're very loud about it. Okay, I don't know why that's coming through. And they jump from topic to topic and when they're talking. Okay, and something about the way you speak to them, or they think you would speak to them, would be rough. I don't know why, but you may just have like a mean look, like resting, gotta mind my language face. You may have that because they just feel like you would be mean to them in some instances. Cancer, nurture, comfort, protection. Got it. Okay, so here's what's going on. Some of you, this person, they thought you would be one way and then you were a different way, and that is the Five of Cups. All is not lost. So your reaction to them when they engaged you for the first time, or your reaction to something, was the opposite of what they thought it would be. So some of you, they thought you would be Ironically enough, it's always a polarity, but I'm going to lead with the dominant one. They thought you would be mean and possibly aggressive and sharp with your words, but you were very receptive and nurturing and kind. Okay. And then others of you, they thought you would be very kind, right? And like nice, or possibly passive or pushover, easily like manipulated, and like they either said something crazy to you, tried something crazy, and then you like cut through them like a sword. And they were like, oh, okay. And then they were like, man, I really messed that up, didn't I? Because I didn't think that pile 3 had that edge to them. And then, they realized that not only do you have the edge, but you weren't invested enough to be actually offended. But if someone says something crazy to you or does something crazy, like, you're gonna let them have it. But like, you weren't like angry. You were just like, let me make sure they understand who I am, kind of an energy. That's so funny that this is coming through. Okay. And then those of you where we're talking about established connections, or energy, just, or historical energy attachments, like I like to call them, this person, you just did not react in the way that they thought you would react to something, whatever that something is. Okay. The opposite of that. And that kind of scared them and or made them feel more, I don't know, intrigued. I don't know how to describe that 5 of Cups energy in that sense. Let me pull from this other deck. Let me get a card. I think I've only pulled one from each pile. Tell me more about what that coffee cupcake is saying about my pile 3 to their friends. What is coffee cupcake saying? Oh, that's a lot. It's saying all kinds of stuff. I'm gonna put this back, but there may be third party because I did see love triangle. I did see one-way love. Let's see. Tell me more about what is the coffee cupcake saying about my pile 3s. Sorry, give me 1 second. And then sorry, I had to like shuffle and move and shift and all of the things. So we've got fun connection, and it says there is nothing better than being with someone who adds fun to your life. Enjoy the adventure and be happy. So could be a party. I think I mentioned the party. So this is someone that is I don't even know why I'm staggering the cards like this. I have no idea where this layout came from. I have no idea. But fun connection does feel like a party. It does feel very loud. There's the disco ball. It's very light, bright, shiny, lots of attention, energy. This person is telling their friends that you're fun, especially if you're someone that reacted, that ended up being very different from face value, right? Because they had a perception, but it seems like this person had a perception of you, but it's shifted since meeting you, engaging you, or whatever energy, right? So they're describing you as fun. I want to get one more because that's interesting. Okay. Tell me more. Okay, yeah, this one wants to be read. Online connection. Fun connection, online connection. Someone online will spark your interest. Just be sure to check if they are who they claim to be. So some of you, this person saw something online. They saw your social media. They saw like your posts, depending on your age, whether it was TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all of the things, Twitter, YouTube, all of this stuff. This person's telling their friends that they saw the way they thought, their perception of you shifted, right? The way you act and think is different from what they thought originally. Okay, like you have 2 faces. Not, it could be negative, right? Like they could be calling you 2-faced in a shadow sense, like, oh, you act one way in public and one way in private. But like this person feels like what they thought and what is 2 different things. But I do feel like they prefer what is, like what their perception originally was, like where they were projecting and just thinking and assuming. They like, I think what they were thinking was the worst, right? Whether it was your personality being the worst or your reaction to them being the worst, right? But like in, I don't know, going out, stalking your social, like if you're out and you're posting about you being out, if you're posting about you doing things and whatnot, I don't know, something you're posting is fun, or they see something fun, or maybe you asked them to do something fun online, or you reached out, like something about online connection and fun connection is conjunction, right? Like something about that combination means something, and that leads to this person feeling like, oh, okay, pile 3 is something very interesting, right? It added comfort, it balanced things out, made this person feel more comfortable. Okay, I don't know why, because it's a general message. It'll be different for all of you, but you do have infatuated love. Whether you're falling fast or it's a romantic obsession, stay grounded before you get caught in illusion. So that yin energy could be illusion-based energy. I'm not going to lie. So this person may be caught up in a fantasy, or maybe there was a fantasy, a preconceived notion of how you were, especially if you met this person online. Like when they saw you online, they thought this, but then they met you in person and it was like that, or they got a glimpse of you in person and they thought one thing, and then they like kind of found your socials and really did a deep dive and stalked you, cyber stalked you for a bit, and kind of really saw what it really was for you. But they are infatuated. The person that you're asking about, they're telling their friends, they're really infatuated, they're really liking what they're seeing, they're liking what you have, they're liking how you communicate, your energy, the balance you have between that raw aggressive side and that receptive side, right? Because Mars is technically yang energy, and the way that you balance out the energies, especially when you're communicating, like that's what they're telling their friends. So it's a really positive energy overall. It's just that initially it was like a miscommunication or interpretation of you. Some of you, you know, they effed around and found out. Like they said something crazy to you, and or like bumped you and like you were like back up or something like that. I don't know. Like I feel like they got a taste of your aggressive side. But they also like got to witness or got a taste of your gentle receptive side in equal parts, and they're like, oh, okay, pal 2 is okay. Pal 3, sorry, you may have wanted pal 2 for whatever reason. I don't think that they're related at all, but if you've called a pal 2, maybe it's a different person, right? But yeah, that's kind of the energy. So far on the table, I have Cancer. Cancer is a sign. I do have all of the yin signs, but I do have Mars, which is Aries, Mercury, which is Gemini, Virgo, which makes sense because Gemini is the sign of the twins. Could be like two personalities, two sides of a person, balance, yin and yang, right? Honestly, because we have yin and yang kind of energy, as well as like Gemini and all of these twos, this person could kind of see you as like a really good match to them, and they're telling their friends that. So let's see what Melanin Pop has to say. Tell me what the coffee cupcake is saying about my pile 3. Some maturing energy. Again, I told you this person is very loud when they're talking about you. Bright, vivacious, happy, loud, colorful. They're very loud when they're talking about you. They may be calling you loud. They may say you talk a lot, or you communicate a lot, or like you have a lot to say. But happy, loud, colorful. Something about your energy. Like they thought you were like dark and moody. I'm getting, because yin could also be dark and moody. Like I'm getting that. But like with fun connection and bright and vivacious and happy, they see you as they're like, oh, pile 3 is actually like fun. They're outgoing, they're expressive. Like I don't. So maybe you were cold and standoffish, and then they realize that you have like a personality that you share once you get to know people. Could be that. But colorful, happy, loud, bright, right? Tell me more about how the coffee cupcake is talking about my pile 3s to their friends, please. Give me 2 more about that, please. What is the coffee cupcake? Okay, there is mountains, elevation, peak, climbing, and transcendence. I'm telling you, it's like a mountain to climb, like something transcendence. Like they feel like all is not lost, okay? Especially with Mars, very active. They feel like they can climb the mountain, they can reach the peak. They feel like they can get there with you. Because again, this is a romantic reading. I know it didn't necessarily like lead with that energy here, but this person feels like they have a shot with you. Okay? They feel like they have a chance. They feel like they can actually pursue you, or that you will pursue them regardless of the energy. Something they said. Like I'm feeling like just whatever conversations they're having with the friends. Okay? And something they saw, right? All right. could be a maternal figure, right? Because Cancer does rule, like, it rules the fourth house of like your ancestry, your home, your comforts, but maternal figures, since that is your overview, could be balancing out energies here. And then let me get this other card and I'll take the bottom. Me more about what the coffee cupcake is saying about my pile threes. So here's the thing that I was wondering. So receptive energy and then the loud energy. This person is like, I feel like some of you, this person is trying to figure out what you're saying about them. That's why I was like hesitating. I was trying to see what that was. So you got two cards and they did fall in reverse. Okay, so let me see what this is. All right. So, okay, so you've got show you off in reverse. Vanity, hypergamy, ego, fake relationships. Why is this here? Show you off. This is that, okay, so this is a deeply private energy with show you off in reverse. So this person, let me see, I don't even know what they're saying. They're saying, so if you have a history with this person, they're talking about the private nature of the connection, okay? That's what they're talking about. And then you do have vanity, hypergamy, ego. So again, I feel like, especially my brand news, this person did not have either thought that you didn't have a good first impression of them, that they did not have a good first impression of you. Like some of you, they thought you were very vain and whatnot, possibly stuck up, right? And then they got to know you better. We do have give me space in reverse. It is suffocation, needy, making one wait. So we could talk about delays, this person feeling like they waited too long, or a lack of patience here. Give me space in reverse could also be a give me space in reverse, like a literal I don't want space, like they could be telling their friends they don't want space, could be. But also some of you, their first impression of you was that you were clingy in some senses, and that, I don't know. I'm only getting I'm getting fragments. That's why it's so weird for me right now. I'm getting fragments. I'm not necessarily getting a full story. I'm getting fragments. So maybe it is, like I mentioned, this person being all over the place. Like it's not a topic. It's various phrases about you, if that makes sense. Like, oh, pile one, ooh, maybe you wanted that pile. Pile three is this. Pile three is that. Pile three does this. Pile three does that. Like it's kind of that's the energy that I'm getting when they bring you up or when they're talking about you. That's an interesting energy. So let me see what's at the bottom. You are my world. It does say balance, care, respect, reciprocate, grounded, worth. You are my world. So, yeah. So here's so every pile has like a positive and a shadow sense. In the shadow sense, this person may be saying that you're a bit clingy, needy, all of the things, or that they thought that, and then they realize, oh, that's not true. Or they thought you were really, so they either thought you were clingy and realized you weren't, or they thought you were like super detached and then realized that you were clingy. Like some of you, or you fall in the middle. But like I feel like those two extremes on the shadow side. And then I also am getting, I say that because you are the world, right? And to give me space in reverse, like not giving someone space. I'm getting that. And then I'm getting also like loud about hardships and whatnot. So in a positive sense, this person is telling their friends that they're ready to take the next step. And this is not my brand news. For my brand news, I can just get you out of the way. This person saying that they don't want to secretly like you anymore. Because I get a vibe that like, even if this is a brand new, this person may like let's say you met them last weekend, right? Well, since then they've like found your socials and have been stalking you on the low, and they don't want to do that anymore. They want to kind of openly express their interest in you, right? So that, you could explore that. Others of you, this person is saying they don't want to be a secret anymore. Okay, they don't want space, they don't want secret, they don't want to, like I say secret, but like private is really the word with the show you off reverse. Okay, others of you, this person is saying they would like to keep it private. Okay, because making one wait is like that. So it just depends on where you're falling. Okay, so let me because there's a lack of balance. Some of you, this person is saying there's a lack of balance in a connection where there's either not enough attention or too much attention on one or both sides. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna close it out with this. Tell me what else. This is an incoming energy. Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Okay, so that's kind of where we are right now with the incoming energy. That's what's incoming for those of you with the history and the connections. Those of you with the initial energy, I don't know. I'm going to see what the bottom says, because I felt like for my energy of those of you that are incoming, right? Maybe it's a compatibility thing, but I feel like an incoming energy unrequited. So maybe what might happen will be this person engages you, and because both sides is always a polarity. If this person has been watching you after you met them and there was like a miscommunication, like I gave the scenario of, oh, there's a party, they said something crazy or blah, 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 blah. Like it didn't necessarily turn you off, but like it didn't turn you on either. So you were feeling more neutral, but this person kind of was like, they saw a light. They were like, all is not lost. Some of you might not be interested because the person is different from how they presented. Okay. Right? Like you thought this person was one way and then they were another way. Like you're not interested because of how they come across, especially if this is someone that comes in from being detached to needy, or, you know what I mean? From needy to completely detached. Like that's what I'm getting. So let me see. Honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. Okay. That's two polarizing energies. Notice that I'm getting that. So what might be coming in is a balancing of the scales, a balancing of this energy, like that attached versus cling that I picked up on here, because I mentioned like the balancing two different kind of personalities and energies. Balancing that out and get it to, because like incoming of unrequited, there's not enough attraction or chemistry. Maybe addressing that and going for it. Because I could see unrequited on a lighter sense love coming in, of addressing it, especially since there seems to be miscommunications. The Five of Swords feels like miscommunications. So especially my brand news, I feel like if we get this Mercury energy of communicating, like they're talking to their friends about whether or not you're interested, whether or not they should proceed. Those are the conversations that they're beginning to have, right? And like as they talk this through with their friends, that's where that all is not lost energy is coming from. And you're getting this honeymoon energy of like, oh, they're making plans. They may like ask you on a date. Okay, that's what I'm getting. All right, so that is all I have for you today, pile 3. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching. All right, pile 4, my blue cupcake. Let's see what this person's telling their friends about you. This is a familiar energy. I don't remember where it came from, but this is a very clear energy. Like something about this energy is very, very clear. And like I feel like I had a pile on the previous reading where it was like that. I feel like I'm louder. I feel like I'm echoey. I feel like there's no like, because normally when I reach the end of the pile, I am oh, give me 1 second. I'm back. So basically I needed a fresh chart. So energy is fresh, clear, open, no blockages, but I also running low on battery. So it could be related to, and granted it's the end of, like it's the last pile, right? So that makes sense. But it's just right when I was talking about everything being clear, and open, and then boom, low energy. I don't know what that's all about, but we will see. We will see. So I'm gonna see what your friends. I'm gonna see what the blue cupcake is saying to their friends about you, pile 4. And I think it's interesting because I always have a pile where it's like your friends, like friends or something like that. So I don't know. We're gonna see. Let me see what comes through. Tell me what the blue cupcake is saying about my pile 4s. What are they telling their friends about my pile 4? Knight of Wands, action, activity. So this is a person that's feeling very active, very action oriented, or maybe that is you. Something about energy. I did mention like needing to charge, like more energy. So maybe you have a lot of energy for them, or they just have a lot of energy and you energize them. But those are kind of the things that are surrounding the conversations with the friends. There's a lot of energy here, a lot of motion. Could be traveling, okay? All right, blue cupcake. What are you saying about my pile 4s to your friends? That's a lot of cards. Okay. Lots of motion, though. Lots of activity. Okay. Lots of working, growing, building. They may say you have a lot, your hands in a lot of pots. You have a lot going on. You get a lot of attention. You work hard. I'm getting those energies. Okay. And look who's back. This Knight of Cups. So Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups. You may have a lot of attention. This person may be saying that you have options, right? Like there may be more than one person looking for your attention, especially those of you where we're talking about new energy, where this is someone that's interested in you that you're just trying to check in on. Like this person says that there's someone else that like wants your attention, and like they're down like to be the Knight of Wands, if that makes sense, right? Like they're down to be very active in pursuit, right? It's interesting. What's this? I think I'm gonna take this other one and make it 4. We do have the World. And then we have the Hermit. Okay. Well, that took an interesting turn. Not in a negative sense, but just in general. So Page of Cups. So your person that you're asking about, they're telling their friends that they've been very active, or they are very active in expressing how they feel and showing you their affection, or in trying to get your attention. Like if this is someone that kind of wants your number. And with the World, it's kind of all that it is. Like some of you are asking about someone that you're not sure if you're interested in. And I find that interesting because this person, if you're wondering like what you should do, I think you're asking what this person's telling their friends so you could see if you should be interested. But the energy that's coming through is not like I'll pull more cards to see if you should be interested in this person. But what I'm saying right now is this person kind of has reached the point where they're telling their friends like, I've been active, I've been expressive, and I feel like at this point it's kind of time for me to like focus on like myself. So I don't know if you've been swerving this person, pile 4. I don't know what you've been doing, but like this is night energy. Nights are very fiery. They're a bit younger, possibly underdeveloped, traditionally masculine energy, right? Could be a younger masculine, but that's very specific for some of you. But this person is very, like they're saying they've done all they could do. And at this point, they're just going to leave it alone because they've already offered you the Page of Cups. They've offered you the Love of Cups. And like, you've either rejected them directly or you've swerved them so many times that they're like, the hesitation on your part is an answer. And they're kind of like, letting it go. Okay. That's what I'm getting. So if you're, because I feel like that's why I was getting the clear energy and the low energy. Like you kind of run this person down, you've worn them out, and they're kind of exhausted. Like they're like, that's why my battery got low when it did. And after me saying everything was so clear, like I hear like very clearly, like being loud and clear, like this person's exhausted. So if you've been playing hard to get and you've been wishy-washy, that's kind of the energy. And it's always a polarity. So some of you, this person saying that about you, right? That they've kind of worn you down and you may be kind of done, right? Because Hermit is kind of isolated energy. It pulls back. It's a pull withdrawing of energy, right? Like this person may be saying they follow up day to day, right? Because Hermit energy is the mundane tasks, it's routine. So like this person may be saying like they have their routine where they kind of like follow up, or health and wellness, like they may help you. It's acts of service, right? Because this is also Virgo 6th house energy. Acts of service, like they support you, they help you, they give you energy, they ask you how you're doing, they care about your health and wellness, and they've gotten minimal back. Like they don't feel like you've gotten that. And that's the only reason I say that as a dominant energy. It's not the only energy. It's because of the world. It's like closing a cycle in peace, and just like it is what it is. Pile 4 is not really interested. Because I heard very loudly that some of you are asking about someone. You're trying to see what they're saying so that you can kind of decide like how you feel. But just know, especially those of you early stages, like this person's kind of like they're not trying to do whatever games, okay? And so with that being the dominant energy, like they're speaking highly of you. They don't feel like they're exhausted. And that's why my battery was low. I tell you, everything that happens around me as I'm doing these readings is alignment, is synchronicities. Because even when I started, when I came back, someone was outside cutting grass. So like working very hard at something, right? Like that's how this person's feeling. So that's kind of what they're saying, right? And at this point, some of you, this person's actually reflecting with the world and the closed cycle and the Hermit. It's kind of like a pulling back energy of like, okay, what is it that, like, if anything, they're like trying to evolve as a person. They're like, okay, well, what can I do so that I'm not like giving all my energy where it's not reciprocated or valued? Because I do have 2 underdeveloped energies, 3 actually. We got 2 knights and a page, youthful energy. Okay. Now, some of you, this person is saying that you're very active and they're not used to that. Okay? They're not used to that. They're used to being to themselves with the Hermit. They're used to quiet, but you like to travel, you like to go out, you like to move. They like it, but it's just new and adjustment for them. Like they're a little low in energy because they're not used to being as active as being with you requires them to be. Okay? And so that's kind of the energy that is coming through with this person. But they like it. They're just a little tired, especially if they have like health issues. Like some of them may have like health issues. So they're not in the best shape. Like they're not used to moving around as much. But they like it. It makes them feel a lot younger, right? Especially if we're talking to my more mature individuals here, like they like it. It makes them feel younger. But they're just having to get their energy back. And then others of you, this person's truly just saying in general, like you make them feel like a kid again, like young, like you're fun, energetic, and all of the things. So let's see. Tell me what the blue cupcake is saying about my pile 4. I picked up the wrong deck. So I'm wondering, I'm going to take 2 instead of the one I've been taking from this deck because I'm supposed to be on that astrology oracle and I'm taking this one first. So what does it have to say? Tell me what my blue cupcake is saying. Okay, we've got good on paper. You'll date someone because you should, but the umph factor is missing. They don't excite you. Oh, so this person's kind of like, okay, so this person may think that you think they're boring. They're saying that that's what it is. Especially if you're very active and they're the homebody. They're saying like, you're really interested because like, you think they should be compatible with you, like you should be compatible, but like you're not really interested in them. Okay. And then because you're like they like to be inside, you like to be outside, or they like to be outside and you like to be inside, but like you like the compatibility on paper, like you seem compatible but not really personality wise. Others of you, this person thinks that you're really a good match for them, a good fit, like everything that they're looking for in a partner, you check off all the boxes. And that's what they're telling their friends, especially with that Page of Cups. Like they're offering you this cup because they think you're a perfect match or everything they've been looking for, and that's why they're in pursuit. Others of you, especially if it's that energy that came through initially where it was like that low energy of kind of like letting it go, because again, hermit is very individualized energy. Okay, I have another energy coming through that I'm going to tap into for a second after I finish this point, but that initial energy that came through of, okay, let me let it go and just be to myself, it's because it could also be because of this good on paper. Like this person may feel like if you do come around or if you engage them at all, it's for superficial reasons, like because you're not really interested in them, because they feel like you would be reciprocating this energy if you were actually interested in them. And by you not being as passionate, right, with the wands and the cups here as they are, if you give in, it'll just be boredom, mundane, just because you should, because they're a good catch, right? That's how they're seeing it. All right. I knew I needed one more, and I'll take the bottom. We've got divine timing. We can never manipulate time. You can only work with it. Start working hand in hand with your divine timing. Yeah, some of you, this person feels like you may be wasting their time, or you may be it may be not the right time, or perfect timing. It's one of those three. I know everybody's like, oh, that's so confusing. You kind of know the energy you're getting or giving, right? So if you know you've been wishy-washy, you know this person's like, oh, they've been wasting my time. If you know that this person's been wishy-washy, they may feel like you can see that they're dragging their feet. Like it's a lot of, you kind of have to use your discernment, especially with these collective messages, because at the end of the day, even if you get a personal reading, like you have to be open and receptive to the message that is actually yours, right? So some of you, this person in them deciding, like, because closing a cycle, like leaving it alone, whether we're talking about it like a connection that's been ongoing and it's just not been equal parts, or if it's because of someone that's been trying to pursue you and they've been getting, like, you know what I mean? Like if there's somebody that keeps asking you for your number, you keep saying no, right? They're closing the cycle to focus on themselves because they know that in divine timing they will get what they're looking for. So like I said, if this is someone you're interested in for real, powerful, you might want to do whatever you need to do, because this person's they're not feeling it. It's not feeling reciprocated. They're not feeling like you match their intensity or their effort. Okay? So yeah, but they feel like in divine timing, they'll attract what they're seeking. That's what they're telling their friends, by the way. Like, because like at this point they're talking about you in reference to like, yeah, maybe I should just leave that alone and just do my own thing, kind of a vibe. Okay, I'm gonna pull one more because this is the deck apparently. I don't know why. Let's see, let me get two more. And I was thinking two more, especially since it would match. So let me grab this other one that is sorry, give me a second. I'm trying to grab the one that hit the deck without like throwing all my hair in front of the frame. So we do have here, we've got friends with benefits. You may have great sexual chemistry but never take it to the next level. Careful not to get hurt. So I'm not gonna lie, that's maybe why this deck wanted to speak so much, why I wanted so many cards. Some of you, this may not be an actual partner. So maybe this is someone that was a friends with benefits, is a friends with benefits, or just a friend that you have chemistry with. Doesn't have to actually be that. It could truly just be a friend that's feeling you out to see if you're interested, and they're gonna pull back. And I feel sad, I'm not gonna lie, for this pile, because now that card has come out, it feels like and you may have mutual friends if this is a friend. This friend is actually looking like they might, like in this dominant energy of pulling their energy back, I don't know that you're gonna still be friends, which is sad. I mean, if it was the friends with benefits, it is what it is. You were doing what you were doing, and but like if this is just a genuine friend, I feel sorry that the connection between two friends is not gonna work because one person has more intimate feelings than the other. Because I feel like some of you here, this is a friend that you wanted to keep, and because you couldn't keep the friend, like because you weren't interested romantically or aren't, you're not going to be able to keep the friend. Which, I mean, it happens. But if you pay attention to my readings that are like not like love based, and you get my life readings, I always talk about how sad it is when like friends grow apart, because everybody's always like, oh, heartbreak this, blah 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 that. But I feel like a breakup between friends is like deeper, because a lot of times it's someone that you have a history with even longer than most relationships even last, right? Like this will be a friend from youth, or a friend from like college, or you know what I mean. It'll be a friend, like a bond that's not really going anywhere. So I hate that some of you may be losing a friend. But it is what it is. What's happening here, this person is saying like, divine timing. It may, it is what it is. They may focus on themselves. Some of you watch it because what happens is you have a friend, right? You may be asking about a friend. You may have an inkling that this friend is interested in you, and they've been throwing hints subtly, and you've been just avoiding it, and that's the rejection they're talking about. But like what I'm seeing is you basically, this person may be kind of on paper feels like plans and divine timing. They may kind of try to see if you could be like friends with benefits. Like that may be like their attempt, like another attempt to like go at you. So just watch that. Okay. But you do have abusive relationship in reverse. Now, upright, it says, if you find yourself in an abusive relationship, it's time for you to put a stop to it. Know you are deserving of real love. Now, I don't believe that this is an abusive connection. It could be manipulative, emotionally manipulative in some instances. It's not the dominant energy, but some of you you're trying to see how you actually feel about this person. That's why you're here. What's happening is you're kind of, whether you realize it or not, you're manipulating this person by allowing them to kind of extend their energy to you, knowing that you're not sure. Okay. And it could be vice versa. This could be you. They could be saying that, like this person could be reflecting that they've been doing that with you. Okay. And that may be the closing the cycle to reflect, so that, especially if you've been stringing this person along, or vice versa. Okay. Interesting. Like kind of ending that. Cage love. A love interest might be stifling your potential and cramping your lifestyle. There's no time for that. Yeah. So I'm not gonna lie. I get that here. So let me dig. Let me dig into this. What I'm getting is that energy of someone pulling back their energy because there is it seems to be this one-sided or overextending on one end, detachment on the other end. And it could be based in the friendship. I'm not gonna lie. So let me just see, like, especially like, okay, so like, let's say, I'll give you a specific example so you can see what I mean. If you are friends with someone and you let them, like, because day-to-day energy, mundane, they run errands for you, they do things for you, they like get your prescription. I know that is such a random example, but it came to me. Like, you let them do like all of those things, and they have an interest in being more than friends. It's kind of, on their side, they may feel like you took advantage of them. Okay. Now, is that necessarily true? The lines are blurred. I was not there. Every truth is a half truth. Okay. But that's kind of the energy here. And this person is saying how good on paper, some of them think that you think you're better than them, with the stifling potential, right? Like you want something better than them, like cramping your lifestyle, like you look down on them because of this, or flip it, right? If this is you. And that, like, they're saying that they've given you that perception if you flip it, right? Like they're saying like how they feel about the fact that they've made you feel that way. This is sad because I feel like this is a friend. Oh, let me see what else I can see though. So, there was a very positive energy coming through that I couldn't get into because this one was so heavy. And I think the weight of that, like those of you selecting this pile about this specific instance, it's heavy, right? It is. I'm gonna be doing some more like non-love readings so that you guys can kind of get the energy you need incorporated along with the fun ones. I mean, I mentioned that a while ago, but I really do intend to do it. I just have to make the time and energy to work through those and the personal readings that are booked. But I want to get that out for you guys. Now, those of you where it is, let me find that. Let me pull from this other deck, then I can find the other energy because it's clear, but it's a little bit heavy. Okay, here's my solar energy, the sun, personality, self, express, embody, truth. All right. So, and so far on the table, we do have, in terms of signs, we have this solar Leo energy as well as Virgo on the table. Something related to the summertime, could be anytime because this is a timeless reading. And expressing yourself and this person expressing themselves. So there's a conversation. This person is talking about how they should want to express themselves to you. Okay, for better, for worse. They want to express themselves. They want to be clear. That was all of the clarity that I was doing, especially if their energy is low, especially if, or if your energy is low, they want to be clear, be open. Okay, because the sun is a revelation. Whereas like moon energy is kind of like shadows. This is a revelation. This is very open, right? There is even a light illuminated on that card, okay? So I'm getting that. Now, on the positive sense is coming through. Some of you, this person wants to, they've realized that and they want to make it clear that that's not the case. Like they want to clarify their energy, okay? Because I do get an energy of one of you is really energized and the other is really like introverted. So the introverted one may be appearing less engaged in some instances, regardless of the stage of connection, because of their nature, right? They are not loud, they're not naturally active, they just kind of go along with it. So the clarity, so you'll know where you fall based on whatever conversations happen, and because I feel clarity is coming. Okay, I feel like clarity is coming for this pile. Let me pull. Okay, I've got the sextile, a combination of tension and flow. It says a potential and rewarding situation. So some of you will see more effort if you are on the side where you've been giving the effort. Okay, others of you, they're saying if they don't see more effort, then that's when the nail will be in the coffin on what it is. Some of you, honestly, some of you, this isn't even a romantic connection that you're asking about. Some of you are asking about a literal friend. Like you just pick this, trying to see, like, you know what, that blue cupcake reminds me of one of my actual friends. Let me click it. I feel like some of you did that. And you don't feel like you're getting the effort that you deserve in the friendship, and you give and you give and you're not getting it back. And so you're gonna, like, you're wondering if you're gonna give the connection back, if you're gonna let the connection go. And I say that because this friend has already acknowledged this and they're talking about it with other friends. Or if they've been giving, right? And you're kind of like wondering if you even want to be friends, like maybe just you don't feel compatible, like you always want to go out and they always want to stay inside, or you always want to stay inside and they always want to go out, like, you know what I mean, like you're not compatible as friends. You're wondering if they're talking about that incompatibility as well. They are. Okay, so I'm just going to stick with fours for this pile because it is pile 4. Yeah. House 11, friends, like-minded groups, and humanitarian beliefs. I mentioned that some of you may just be asking about a literal platonic friendship. And that's unfortunate. The good news is that you could be I do believe there's potential for this connection if you just recognize one another's differences and compromise with that sextile combination of tension and flow. Just do what each other wants to do from time to time, right? But humanitarian beliefs also talks about acts of service, right? So somebody is overextending, like-minded groups. Some of you are moving on to more like-minded connections, romantic as well as platonic. And that's really what it's all about, is finding more fulfilling connections. Okay, that's what this person's talking about. And that's what they're saying about you and what you should be doing as well. All right, I want one more. I'll take the bottom. Saturn. Feel restricted, experience struggle, learn hard work and patience. So we've got caged love as well as this effort energy. Is a lot of struggle, hardships. Like some of them think that the connection is too hard. You do have Cancer, which is nurture, comfort, and protection. Okay, so there's a lot of summer energy here because now you have Cancer again. Now Capricorn is like, I guess, like fall, right? Yeah, in the fall. And then Aquarius. Yeah, so we've got a couple of signs on the table. But let's see. Some of you, this person wants to go out and learn more. Like they want to explore other connections. So they want to make other friends. They want to like meet other lovers. They want to travel. They want to do all of the things so that they can kind of find themselves. Or they're saying that's what they see you doing or perceive you as doing. Okay, could be both, but that's what I'm getting from this person, what they're saying. A lot of you, I did not mean to say a lot of you. So a lot of you, this person, even in this solemn energy, this person is saying you'll always be friends because you'll always like find your way back to each other as friends. Like I'm talking about the platonic people that slipped in here, right? No matter where you go, what you do, you'll still have the root of the friendship just because you've always been friends. You don't have to always be close, right? Always doing everything together to be close. And that can apply to the romantic connections as well. As just because you let this cycle close doesn't mean there won't be one in the future. Like that's what I'm getting. Okay. And then let me pull from Melanin Pop. I do have one more deck after this one and I'll close it out, but I only pulled one. I'm only going to pull one from that last deck. Sorry, I don't mean to knock this. On a positive sense, I am seeing this person where you pick this pile and you're like, what is all of this? It just, the only reason you landed in this pile is because of your drastic differences in personality. Because I mentioned that in the energy of giving someone energy, like someone coming through and basically making someone feel younger, like making them go outside more than they're used to and all the things, whether that's you or this person. I'm getting that this person's like, yeah, I'm like pile 4 is a keeper because like of all of the fun that I'm having and I'm exploring, I'm learning, I'm making new friends, right? I'm outside more, I'm having more of a balance, tension and flow versus staying in the house or going out all the time. I stay inside sometimes, right? I'm you know what, I'm getting more structure. So like that's kind of what I'm getting and on the lighter side of the pile. So like I said, if I didn't scare you off and you're still trying to find yourself here, that's why. Okay. Let me see. Tell me what my blue cupcake is saying about my pile 4. I hate when that happens because I'm trying to not continuously fight with these cards. All right. It hit the deck. I got it. You've got in your dreams, manifesting, deja vu, patience, blissful. There's a lot of patience on the table. So this person may be playing the long game, or that's what they've been doing, right? When it comes to you, and they've been telling their friends like what's meant to be is always meant to be, you know, like hopefully it works out, especially if this person is on the end of applying a lot of the effort. They're like, oh, maybe one day in your dreams with the manifesting. Let me see. In some instances they're like one day they will find what they're looking for. Okay. Man, y'all were like heavy today. I don't know what's going on. I was trying to like give y'all like a little fun reading, and I've been doing that a lot lately. But y'all have been, it's you know what, the transits this year are very intense. Okay, like I know when we had the COVID and everything, everybody was like, oh, this is hard, this is hard. But like everybody that's been studying transits, they already knew the years following that were gonna actually be more difficult. So like y'all are going through it, and I know we just stepped out of the Venus retrograde, which was tough on a lot of connections. I think Jupiter just went retrograde. We're in Mercury retrograde. It's a lot of reflection based energy, and that's what this kind of is. That's what all of the piles had some of. Even on the positive sense, it was still a certain heaviness today. So give me more about what my blue cupcake has to say about my pile force. I'll take this one. Powerful woman, strength, achievement, success, leadership. Well, regardless of what side you fall, if they're overextending you or not, this person feels you're very strong, you're very powerful, right? You can create anything. They're saying that you can create anything, you can do anything, you can be anything, okay? Regardless of gender. They think very highly of you, regardless of what side, regardless of what has happened, right? Let's see. Because I feel like this, of all of my piles, this is not brand new energy. If it is, it's, oh, this person has me outside, or this person's got me inside and it's interesting, right? And even if it's not that, it's that side where I said, oh, this is someone that kept trying to get your number, or you kept trying to get their number, and they're talking about how they're not going to string you along anymore. If you kept trying to get their number, and I'm using the number example, their attention, they're like, oh, they're not going to string you along anymore. They're going to leave it alone because they're feeling like that's not right. And then if you've been, if they've been actively trying to get your number, they're like, oh, okay, it is what it is with Pile 4. Pile 4 is not engaged. Okay. That's for my brand news where it's not yeah, I went through all of them. It's so many scenarios in the piles. I'm starting to forget them myself, y'all. Whew. All right. Give me some more energy right now. Tell me what the blue cupcake is saying about my pile 4. Please. Yeah. See? Some of you on the positive sense, because I know I've been leading with that heavy energy, because those of you with the heavy energy, you need it most, poor baby. But what I'm saying is, in the positive sense, this person's talking about how you're changing their habits, right? Routine, right? They're either out more or they're stabilizing, and they're like telling their friends how like they're adjusting and adapting, and they're happy to be doing it with you. Others of you, right? The closing of the cycle, right? The leaving, separation, endings, divorce, the moving beyond the friendship, in some instances, and relationship in other senses. Okay, we've got secrets, silence, burdens, quiet, lock and key, right? That's that caged love energy, actually. Feeling stuck, okay? Some of you, this person feels stuck with you in some, depending on the duration of the connection, okay? Let me see. And you know what? I decided to not do this video at random. When I made this thumbnail, I was like, why am I redoing this video so quickly? Because I wanted to do it like in a true fall theme, and I may still, but I was like, why am I doing this reading so soon? And I just decided to do it. So maybe this is something you guys were like sending me energetically, like, please do that reading so I can know, well, I'm doing the reading, okay? You got spice things up, exciting, kinks, unusual, mix it up, new things, and fantasy. So again, those of you where you're talking and you're getting to know each other and you're trying new things with each other, they're talking spicy stuff for sure. They're definitely having some, they may not be telling all your business. Some of them are, but like they're definitely talking about intimacy and how exciting it is to be intimate with you and all of the things. And then others of you, they're looking for something new. You're looking for something new. They're talking about you looking for something new, or them looking for something new, or both, right? You do have like a fantasy based energy 2 times. The bottom, you've got twin flame, intensity, healing, contracts, mirroring. Well, I hate that word just because that's why I know this energy comes through all heavy. We've got manipulation. I did mention that word earlier. So some of you, this person's saying they're looking for a twin flame like connection, that they're going to be I don't know. I'm trying to describe how people that say that. How do you say that? They're saying that they are gonna be looking for other connections, I guess, in hopes of finding like a divine counterpart, a twin flame. Others of them, hermit energy is also healing. They're gonna be looking to heal. They're telling their friends that you two may be mirroring each other, and they're telling their friends that you may be looking for those things. Some of you, they're telling their friends that you are their twin flame, the contracts and that divine timing eventually. It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, so let me. Yeah, your reset says worth waiting for. Some of them are not completely done. We'll see. Okay, let me close this out. My final message is, this is my blue cupcake saying about my pile number 4. Trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. So again, divine counterpart energy, trust energy heavy in faith. Romantic feelings, your feelings are real and worth exploring. I feel like those of you where this person's kind of letting it go, they're like, okay, the feelings that they had, they can still have that somewhere else and express that. They trust that they can get that reciprocated elsewhere. All right, excuse me, I had to clear that. They can get that reciprocated elsewhere, whether we're talking romantic or platonic. Like, they can find their best friend that will match their energy. I'm also getting some of you, again, this person, they may hold on a little bit, like they'll close it, but like they'll be waiting, divine timing, faith that you'll come around or whatever, like, because this feels like somebody that you know, I mean, they're dedicated, I'll give them that. And obviously this is dominantly those that have been wanting your attention, right? Because those of them that have been disengaged, honestly, they may just have a what's that detached love language, like where they detach, right? Where they're hoping that eventually, right, I was gonna say as the world turns, the cycle closes, divine timing eventually. All right. Some of you, this person is saying that space will actually like make the heart grow fonder in some sense, because that walking away and spice things up, twin flame, like walking away will make it, you know what I mean, will give you to the space to kind of like want each other more so that you can come back. Okay, specific message for some of you. But yeah, I got all of those messages. But again, the overall theme is that trusting that it'll be reciprocated whether here or somewhere else, okay? So that is all I have for you today, Pile 4. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can stay in the know on the content we post here on this channel. Thank you for watching.